In 5 weeks I went from this to this. Here's an overview of my new HO layout. Well, it's a small layout, but I wanted a hill with a tunnel that was removable, and I wanted some more hills down at the other end, and of course I wanted a station. My station is a terminus station. The layout is down in the cellar, and I started using my Trix starter pack. Of course I had to buy some extra track as well. I started making some cardboard buildings from kits. I think these are particularly realistic. I think that they look even more realistic than the plastic kits, but they do take a long time to make. But the results are quite worth it. My layout is quite small, so I didn't need very many buildings at all to make a nice little town on top of the tunnel hill. I stayed analog with the electrics, made up a control panel with 6 blocks, and I used my 2 Trix controllers that I got from the starter packs. I can always add more blocks at a later date, but at the moment I'm really happy with the 6 sections, and of course I can run 2 trains at once with the 2 controllers. Here's what the finished panel looks like with the layout. Things run really well, and I'm using double pole, double throw switches with an off in the centre so I can isolate every section if I want to. I have 2 main loops, one of them is elevated, and of course I have the terminus station with extra sidings of course here and there. So there's quite a lot of scope for some interesting operation. I have no name for the station yet, but it's going to have to be a German name because I've based the layout on German scenery. All my rolling stock is German as well. So I'm going to have to think of a nice name, maybe a little village or something near Dillingen where I live. I also have a little lake, well it's the size of a pond really, but that was fun making. The last job that I did was to add some little people, and of course this really brings the whole place to life. I think I'm going to have to paint a proper backdrop, either buy one or paint one, because that will really open things up. It really does help a smaller layout. Here's a few more pictures to show what it looked like as I was building. A few suggested that I should have gone DCC, but I think that analog DC works really good on a smaller layout, and I was surprised to see how many people are still using the old method. I used expanded polystyrene packing for the hills and just painted them, and I'm really quite pleased with how they've turned out. The layout isn't finished yet of course, but I think I've progressed pretty well in the last 5 weeks. I've got to think about point operation and signals of course. I might leave them manual, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens on that front. So this is just a quick overview of the railway really. I will go into more detail on how I created this railway in future videos. I'm really not much more than a beginner in this hobby, and I've learnt stuff as I've gone along. So I hope you enjoyed this Old Boys Toys video. Please like and subscribe if you did. There will be plenty more model railway videos coming up on the channel. So bye for now. I'll leave you with a little bit more footage from the railway.